the way it works, the way this show works, if you see anything that you're interested in, please comment sub, and we will add that title to your subscription so that you get all of the subsequent issues for that book. If you're commitment phobe and you're not sure about adding it, and getting more than one copy of something, you can just comment pull, and you can say pull with whichever cover you would like. We need the title, the cover, and the quantity that you would like to order, because if you're a speculator, we got a whole rundown of second prints and third prints and fourth prints coming up. You can order as many of those as you want. We might get them. That's how it works right now. If you saw our post about this week, it was an absolute just bloodbath from Diamond. We were shorted or had damaged almost 200 comic books, all of which 51 copies of Thor #6 were shorted. All of our copies of Venom 25 third printing shorted. Those aren't going to get replaced. The Thors are going to be replaced, but at least getting your order to us by FOC ensures that you have a placeholder for that item if that item decides to show up. Right. So that's how it works. Subscribe gets the book on your subscription. Pull gets the comic book in your hold slot, just one copy. So comment either here on the live video that we're doing now, or you can comment on the post that we made on Facebook. So, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you can comment on the YouTube video as well. Lots of options to get your orders in. But Sunday for DC, Monday for everybody else. All right, so from Dark Horse this week and in stores on September 16th, we have You Look Like Death.
Yes, I do.
Tales from the Umbrella Academy #1 of 6. This is the first ever Umbrella Academy spin-off series. When 18-year-old Seance gets himself kicked out of the Umbrella Academy and his allowance discontinued by Hargreaves, he takes to a place where his ghoulish talents will be appreciated. After a magical high on a vampire drug lord's stash, Klaus needs help, and he doesn't have his siblings there to save him. Cover A on my side is by Gabriel Ba. Cover B on Dom's side is by I.N.J. Colbard, who is the interior artist for the series. That's a lot of names. And then cover C down here with Pogo turning into a vampire.
Whoa.
Maybe that's Pogo, I don't know. Is by Jordi Belair. So all three of those covers are open to order. 6-issue miniseries. You Look Like Death. Tales from the Umbrella Academy. Okay. From DC this week, in stores on September 16th, we've got Batman 99, Part 5 of 6 of the Joker War. Things have changed as Batman realizes he can't fight this war alone. Can he ever fight any war alone?
No.
Even when he was fighting Bane, he couldn't do that alone in the movie.
It's true.
He's going to need help. Before he faces down the Joker, he must call up his trusty partner, Dick Grayson. But can Dick reclaim his lost memories in time to join the battle? Main cover on my side is by Jorge Jimenez. The variant cover on Dom's side by Derek Chu, featuring Clown Puncher.
Clown Puncher.
Clown Hunter right there as the B cover. Next from DC in stores, also September 16th, we've got Catwoman #25. This starts the Catwoman tie-ins to the Joker War. Catwoman returns to Gotham City to get even with the people who stole her plans and use them against Batman. And if you're the Riddler or the Penguin, you better watch your back, because Catwoman is coming to claim what she deserves. And that's everything. Typical woman. Just kidding.
I can't even laugh. They're making me laugh.
Plus 2 bonus tales. One, a story about Catwoman going back to her home turf of Alleytown to start her empire. And another about a cat trying to intervene in a conflict of cat versus woman. Main cover is by Joel Jones. The variant cover on Dom's side is by Lee Bermejo, and it's pretty awesome. Catwoman #25. Okay, kids, death metal. We are witnessing the first of the death metal spin-off crossover tie-in things. If you remember back to the original Dark Knights metal, there were 2 of these little jaunts, little story arcs. One of them was in Nightwing, Teen Titans, Green Arrow, Suicide Squad. The other was in Justice League, Flash, Green Lantern, Justice League. So this is just going to take place in the Justice League title. If you're not on Justice League, but you are on Metal, please let me know if you would like this 5-issue story arc called Doom Metal, okay? Starting in Justice League 53, Doom Metal Part 1 of 5, the death metal tie-in that will directly impact the finale of that event. Nightwing's on a mission to free the Legion of Doom from Perpetua's clutches, but to do so he'll need the help of none other than Lex Luthor? The surprises are only just the beginning, as Nightwing, Lex, and a new Justice League must fight their way through an Earth twisted by the dark multiverse. Titans will be tested, hearts will be broken, and blood will be spilled. The main cover on my side is by Liam Sharp. The variant cover on Dom's side, which is a throwback to Brave and the Bold 28, is by Ian McDonald, and it is fantastic. So, again, this is the Dark Knight's Death Metal, Doom Metal tie-in that's going to go through 5 issues of Justice League. So, 53 through 58. Yes, 58.
There's also a spoiler on that cover.
Is there?
Something happened in Death Metal.
What's that?
Look in the sword.
The Batman Who Laughs?
Yeah.
Yes. Detective Chimp is ripped in that
Isn't
8
he?
cover. It's crazy.
Got a 6-pack, man.
He's got an 8-pack.
David Hicks, Thor 6, 1 and 50s are all sold out.
Yep. So, why is he asking that on an FOC show? Okay. Anyway. So, if you're on Metal, if you want the Justice League 5-issue tie-in, please let us know. That's a big commitment, and it's not something that we will auto-add you to, like we have been with all of the one-shots. So, let us know. All right, from IDW this week comes Goosebumps Secrets of the Swamp, number 1 of 5. When a 12-year-old Blake is shipped away to stay with her weird aunt in Fever Swamp for the summer, first of all, that's a bad name. Don't go to Fever Swamp. That's, you know, she expects her weeks to be filled with video games, mosquito bites, and a whole lot of nothing. Instead, she finds herself in a spooky turf war between wolf hunters and werewolves. That sounds awesome. With monsters on both sides, it's up to Blake to use all of her gaming skills to escape alive in this all-ages scarefest from New York Times best-selling author Mariki I don't know what that... Nijkamp? This is where it ends before I let go the Oracle Code, and artist Yasmin Flores Montanez from Marvel Action Captain Marvel. So, Goosebumps Secrets of the Swamp, number 1 of 5 from IDW. Next from IDW, we've got another kid-friendly little miniseries, Sonic the Hedgehog Bad Guys, number 1 of 4. The mastermind behind the metal virus isn't done yet. Ian Flynn returns to answer what happened to Dr. Starline. The shadowy scientist is back to his evil antics in Bad Guys. And what better place to concoct nefarious plans than one of Dr. Eggman's abandoned bases? But that is easier said than done when badniks are guarding the entrance. Dr. Starline knows he can't do it alone, so he decides to recruit some familiar and not-so-friendly faces. There are 2 covers available. Cover A on my side is by Aaron Hammerstrom. Cover B, which we don't have an image for, is by Diana Skelly. So, no photo for that one yet. Next from IDW. IDW seems to do these they reboot these almost every year, so we have a new volume of Star Wars Adventures with a brand new issue number 1. An exciting new era begins. Each issue in this monthly series will feature 2 stories starring all your favorite Star Wars characters. Between the events of Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker, Poe and Finn have taken Rey to a remote planet to continue her Jedi training, but they're surprised to find that the First Order's reach extends far and wide. That sounds pretty cool. Plus, an all-new tale of the Dark Lord of the Sith himself, Darth Vader. Cover A on my side is by Franco Francavilla. Nice. Cover B on Dom's side is by Nick Brokenshire. Pretty good. I like both of them. Yep. From Image this week, I can't wait for this. This is an original graphic novel, so it's never been published in single-issue format before. We have Gunning for Ramirez, Volume 1. What if the deadliest assassin in all of Mexico, a man with dozens of kills to his name, was actually a vacuum repairman in Arizona? That sounds awesome. Like I'm already in. You had me at vacuum repairman. Falcon City, Arizona. Jacques Ramirez works at Robotop, the leading home appliance company in the southwest United States. Jacques is efficient, thorough, and discreet. That last one is easy. He's also mute.
Oh, wow.
But everything changes when two members of one of Paseo del Rio's largest drug cartels stumble upon Jacques and believe him to be the deadly hitman who betrayed them in the past, the ruthless Ramirez. So we got an identity crisis issue here with a mute guy that works at an appliance store. Could it be that the cartel's legendary cleanup man is really a legendary vacuum cleaner expert? Now that they've found him, the men of the cartel will do everything they can to kill this traitor. Nicholas Petramau presents the first in a trilogy, a tribute to action thrillers of the 80s and 90s, a brutal narrative with never a dull moment. Gunning for Ramirez is as much a descendant of Friedkin's To Live and Die in L.A. as it is Tarantino's Pulp Fiction or Rodriguez's Mexico trilogy. That sounds awesome. Gunning for Ramirez, Volume 1. Let me get you a price on that because I forgot to put that in the... hang on one second. I want to say it's probably going to be like $14.99. I'll edit the post later because I can't get on a diamond as of right now. But usually their trades are... When it's an original material like that, it's either $14.99 or $16.99, something like that. Let me... Hold on. It's going to drive me nuts now that I didn't do it. So give me 1 second. Orders, FOC. Oh, you got to download everything. Pain in the butt. Let's get to all, and then we're going to scroll down to image. Gunning for Ramirez, $16.99. There you go.
Cool. And
then you get 10% off because it's a trade paperback. But it sounds awesome. Next from Image, we have a new series from Chip Zdarsky, who's writing Daredevil, who's also the artist on Sex Criminals. This is Stillwater #1, a series premiere. Nobody dies. In the town of Stillwater, that's not just a promise, it's a threat. Join superstar writer Chip Zdarsky from The White Trees and Daredevil, and Eisner Award-winning artist Ramon Perez from Jim Henson's Tales of Sand and Jane, as they dive into a world of horror and intrigue in this new ongoing Skybound series. Super creepy cover right there for you. So Stillwater #1. Yeah, it's a baby.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Skeleton lady holding a baby. That's terrifying. Okay, here we go. From Marvel this week, we have Amazing Spider-Man Sins of Norman Osborn #1, which is just a one-shot right there. The Sin Eater has leveled up thanks to Kindred, and his evil plan is working. New York City is on fire at its own hand. Ravencroft is under siege, and Spider-Man seems to be the only one who knows right from wrong anymore. He certainly can't look for help from Ravencroft's chief administrator, Norman Osborn, whose past will haunt both himself and Spider-Man. So Spidey calls his amazing friends Miles Morales, Spider-Woman, Ghost Spider, Spider-Girl, and Madam Web in to help. The Order of the Web is born. Main cover right there by Ryan Otley. There's also a variant cover that we don't have an image for by Jose Maria Casanovas Rojas. This is a $4.99 one-shot. If you are subscribed to Amazing Spider-Man, we will automatically add this for you. But if you're not, this sounds like it's a first appearance of the Order of the Web. I don't know. There you go.
Yep.
All right. Next from Marvel comes Captain America #23. The All Die Young story continues. A restoration, a resurrection, a bit of redemption, and the return of Cap's #1 foe. That's pretty heavy. I would think so. That's his main mamma jamma bad guy. I would assume. So the main cover right there is by Alex Ross. There is also a Alex Ross Timeless cover that is right above Dominic. And there is a third cover, the Heroes at Home. I don't know if you guys remember from last week's show, the fun little 9-panel comic on the cover. There is one of these for Cap, but I don't have the image for it. So this is one that you can keep checking back on throughout the weekend. If you told me that you want all the Heroes at Home ones, we'll make sure we have a copy set aside for you. Next from Marvel, if you're an X fan, here we go. Giant Size X-Men Storm #1. In Jean Grey and Emma Frost, Hickman and Dodderman took Jean and Emma into Storm's mind to learn what had happened to her. Now they take the X-Men's resident goddess to the far end of the world to save herself. Main cover on my side is by Russell Dodderman. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Jen Bartel. And then we have the Alex Ross Timeless variant right there featuring Storm. These are all $4.99, as all of the giant size books have been. Next from Marvel, we've got Immortal Hulk number 37. This sounds like it is another possible first appearance. When Bruce Banner came to Shadow Base, he was cut up into pieces and stored in jars. Everybody remembers that classic cover from, I think it was issue 6 or 7. Now Shadow Base is under his control, but Bruce Banner was only the second test subject. Now the first is free. Main cover by Alex Ross. Timeless variant cover on Dom's side, also by Alex Ross. This one also has a third Heroes at Home variant, and boom, there it is! Gurahuru is doing all of the Heroes at Home covers. Pretty rad on this one. They're just fun. It's a fun little 9-panel comic on the cover of a comic book, so something different. Okay, here we go. Marvel is rebooting old shiny face. Iron Man number 1 is back with a brand new issue number 1. Brand new creative team. The Halt and Catch Fire writer, I can't think of his name, is the one that is doing the writing on this story. Cafu, C-A-F-U, is the interior artist. This first story arc is called Big Iron. Tony is looking to restart his engine. He decides he's going back to basics, putting away his high-tech toys and high-profile image so he can get his hands dirty again. It's time to dig into the guts of real machines, put on some old-fashioned metal, and fly. But can he really lay the Stark-sized ego down? Life isn't that simple, something that old friends and frustrating foes are quick to point out. If you strip down a billionaire to his bolts, does he run solid or just overheat? Tony's going to find out once a threat to the entire universe rears its head from the past. As he suits up again, Tony remains sure of one thing. He's still Iron Man, down to his flesh and blood core. Main cover up here is by Alex Ross. You've also got the Alex Ross Timeless variant over there on Dom's side. There is a blank cover right there. You've got the Launch Party exclusive variant by R.B. Silva over there on Dom's side, which looks like he's fighting a giant octopus. Then down here by me, you've got the Tenjin variant. And last but not least, over on Dom's side, you've got the Dustin Weaver variant, which is really freaking cool. So, Iron Man number 1 has a price tag of $4.99 for any of those open-to-order covers. If you would like any of those or to add it to your subscription, please let us know before Monday at 11 a.m. Here we go. Next from Marvel, we've got Thor number 7. 6 just came out this week, and holy moly, was it a roller coaster ride of emotions. Something is wrong with Mjolnir, and this is a poor time for the All-Father of Asgard to lose his primary weapon. The Golden City is in chaos after Galactus' ill-timed visit, and there are new threats on the horizon. Thor needs his hammer now more than ever, and yet the Uru grows heavier with every passing day. What will it take for the God of Thunder to hang on to one of the most powerful weapons in the multiverse? Main cover is by Oliver Coipel. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Nick Klein. Thor number 7. So, as you know, we were shorted 51 copies of Thor number 6. Those are getting replaced. We got confirmation yesterday from Diamond that they are shipping and that they were still in stock. So, knock on wood that they don't all come in hammered. Right. Pun intended, because we're talking about Thor. But if you haven't jumped on Thor yet, do it now. Don't walk in or call the store and say, hey, do you guys have any Thor number 6s on the day of release? Because we probably won't. Just as a heads up. Finally, from Marvel this week, we've got Marvel's Snapshot X-Men number 1. This is just a one-shot in the same vein as all of the other snapshots that have come out. The Snapshot tour through Marvel history continues, showcasing Marvel's greatest characters through the eyes of ordinary people, or does it? In this case, the ordinary person is teenage Scott Summers, witnessing the dawn of the Marvel age from a Nebraska orphanage and wondering what his place in it might be. What was it like to experience the debut of the FF, the Hulk, Iron Man, and more? To wish you could be a part of it all. Writer Jay Ediden makes his Marvel Comics debut, teamed with Tom Riley from Immortal Hulk, to tell a story of upheaval and decision that would shape the X-Men and the Marvel Universe forever after. Main cover on my side is by Alex Ross. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Tom Riley. Yeah. All right, from Dynamite this week, we have a one-shot called Vampirella Trial of the Souls. Does Vampirella have a soul? That is the question being asked by an immortal wizard king who has come to determine her fate. If she does, she will be spared. If not, he must destroy her. No matter how charming he finds her, this can't-miss standalone tale introduces the latest member of Vampy's spine-tingling rogues gallery. New first appearance in the Vampirella universe. Eisner Award fantasy writer maestro Bill Willingham, who created Fables, brings this fable to the page with a haunting cover by Bart Sears and interiors by Giuseppe Cafaro. Both of these covers are by Sears. You have a choice of the main cover in full color or the black and white over there on Dom's side. Vampirella Trial of the Soul. Next from Zenoscope this week comes Bell Hearts and Minds #1, which is just a one-shot. With the recent monster break-in at a local museum, Bell is hot on the trail of the creatures behind the heist and the artifact they have stolen. On the other side of the city, Gretel is in a battle with a new witch she has never heard of before, one that is putting her powers to the test. Don't miss this adrenaline-pumping crossover issue where Beast and Witch Hunter come together for the first time, and they might just find out they share a common enemy. Main cover on my side is by Igor Vitorino. The B cover on Dom's side is by Cardi, which is just the last name. I don't know what his first name is. And lastly, we've got the C cover down here of Gretel by Josh Burns. Okay? All right, so that brings us to a new section that we've been messing around with called the, I still haven't ironed out the name of it yet, Subsequent Print Speculation section.
We'll give him one of these.
There we go.
Hey, bro. Are you the second prince?
There's our resident
There's
crack
our resident second print phenom, Mr. Oscar Cassis. This segment is where we highlight some of the comics that have subsequent printings, all that are available at FOC. Second plus prints, second, third, fourth printings are generally smaller print runs than the firsts, and lately they've been commanding higher market prices at release date. So here is your chance to get in on those at the cover price, plus a discount if you have a hold slot. So, first up, we posted about this last week on Instagram and Facebook. Deceased Dead Planet #1 is getting a fourth print with a brand new cover by Peach Momoko featuring Poison Ivy.
So hot right now.
So hot right now. So if you want 1 copy or 10 copies or 5 copies of that, you gotta let us know before 11 a.m. this Sunday, because Sunday is when I do DC FOC. And I know a lot of you have commented on the picture post that we made on Facebook. I got you. Don't worry about that. You're covered. But anybody else who would like one, let me know before Sunday, 11 a.m. DC's Dead Planet #2 is getting a second print featuring a black and white cover of the original, which was by Mr. David Finch. Same thing, second verse, same as the first. Let me know by Sunday at 11 if you would like a copy of that. Then, Strange Adventures is getting second prints for issues 1, 3, and 4, which is interesting. So these are the second prints of issue #1. There's also, they're doing a second print of the variant cover of issue #1, so you can choose which one you want. We still have first.
Much, did they?
No, they didn't. I really don't know if it's just going to be. I don't think it's the logo. I don't know what it is about it. Who knows?
I know.
#3 second print right there. That's definitely different with the color shift there. And then #4 second print right here, also with the color shift. So those are all of the DC books that are subsequent prints available on FOC this Sunday. From Marvel, we got a bunch too. The problem with Marvel is I don't have a lot of images for them. So first, you just kind of have to check out the text way up there under the Marvel header. Captain Marvel 19 is getting a second print. Magnificent Marvel number 13 with an image is getting a second print right here. Next up, we've got Star number 2, which is getting a second print featuring the Black Order right there on the cover. Thor number 6 that just came out yesterday is getting a second print that's on FOC on Monday, so pay attention. And X Factor number 1 from a couple of weeks ago is also getting a second print. So there you go. There is your second print speculation section. We don't have a lot of images for the Marvel books, but they'll be in the big block of text that we'll show you here at the very end. And finally, almost finally, this is our Who Does Number 2 Work For segment. Watch this.
Who does number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for?
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
So this segment highlights issue number 2s that are on Final Order Cutoff. Number 2s are always ordered less than number 1s. Number 1 people pick up just to try out or to speculate on it. If you read, some of these haven't even come out yet, like this one. But if you picked up any of these books and you read them and enjoyed them, let us know if you would like to at least order, just pull a copy of number 2 for you. That way we're not sold out when the book comes out. So from IDW this week, we've got Canto 2, number 2. Book 2 of Canto continues. Canto leads his friends on a journey to save his people, and his first stop is his friend Alara, the mysterious warrior who helped him fight the Furies in the city of Dis and escaped from the Shrouded Man. But what shall they do when they find Alara's village full of hollow men? There's your main cover right there with some pretty cool, weird scarecrows on the cover right there for you. Okay? Next, this one was a sub-only book for us here at the store. Also from IDW is Voyage of the Stars number 2. This is based on a podcast, if I remember correctly. We're sorry. Exemplar, Savior of the Universe, can't speak to you right now. He's not feeling well. But if you and the Knights Exemplar Armada currently surrounding our ship don't mind waiting, our crew will have him fixed up in no time. Cover A, which is not a final cover because it has no colors, is by Rebecca Isaacs. Cover B, we don't even have an image for. So there you go. Voyage to the Stars, number 2 of 5. All right, from Image, we have Big Girls, number 2. This is the story about giant ladies fighting giant kaiju men. With the preserve threatened by monsters, can even the great Apex make a difference? As Ember faces her worst fear, Gulliver shares a secret, and Martin makes a decision. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, but if you haven't read it, you probably have no idea what that's about. So Big Girls, number 2, on FOC on Monday. Let us know if you want to pull a copy or add it to your subscription. From Boom, we've got 7 Secrets, number 2. I took a copy of this home last night. I meant to read it, but I didn't because I suck. Because I forgot to type the FOC post up, too. After a deadly attack on the Order, their youngest member, Casper, must step forward to keep the world safe from the 7 secrets with the power to destroy it. But surviving the trials doesn't mean just becoming the next holder of a great secret. It also carries dangers that will change Casper's life in unimaginable ways. Main cover right there is by Danielle DiNucolo, written by Tom Taylor with interior art by Danielle. Check it out. It's everybody who's picked it up and has read it is absolutely loving it. So this is one not to miss. 7 Secrets, number 2. And lastly, from Oni, we've got Invader Zim Quarterly, number 2. Millionaire Max Beesworth, owner of the local honey mine, is hosting a cryptid challenge. Anyone can present a cryptid whose veracity will be judged by none other than noted skeptic Professor Membrane. And this time, Dibs finally caught Zim and will prove to the world once and for all that he's a real alien threat. Unless, of course, Gurr gets covered in bees and mistaken for the infamous Bebo Goat. Bibu Goat? I don't know, man. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Bibu Goat? An undead goat made of bees. But why would that happen? I don't know. Main cover on my side is by Warren Wuchnich. Variant cover by Dave Crosland. $5.99. Invader Zim Quarterly, number 2. An undead goat made of bees.
There we go.
Okay, that is it, kids. The last part of the show that we have for you is the entire list of everything that is on FOC. The first big block here with no item codes or anything is all the DC stuff that's on Final Order Cutoff. After you get through that, then we have everything broken down from Diamond with item codes by publisher so that you can take your time from now until Sunday morning or Monday morning, go through the list, check some stuff out, see what you'd like to order, and send your list in to us, DC, by 11 a.m. on Sunday, Marvel and everybody else by 11 a.m. on Monday. Or if you're a kind soul, get it all to me by 11 o'clock on Sunday. You can take this list, you can find an item that you have a question about, and copy the item code right there on the left-hand side of the screen. Paste that into a web browser of your choice. And the very first thing that's going to pop up, is the Previews World listing for that item. So there you go. There's Sacred 6 number 4 cover E by Derek Chu. Suggested retail price $3.99. It's got a synopsis. It's got the creative team. It's got all of the info that you could ever care to know about Sacred 6 number 4 cover E. So get your orders in. Sunday 11 a.m. for DC. Monday 11 a.m. for everybody else. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. Reach out to us. We're available on the phone here at the store, 303-484-9103. You can reach us via Facebook Messenger. You can leave a message on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/C/Hall of Justice Comics Collectibles, where this video will be uploaded to very shortly. You can email us at hojcomics@gmail.com. We are amazingly easy to get a hold of, I would say. We're easy that way. Wink! But yeah, there you go. There's your list. Have a great weekend, and we will see you guys sometime soon. I'm John.
I'm done.
Take care.